Hello everyone, this is DavidViadel23 and welcome to the Mandrago's Cave. Today we are gonna be talking about Helmeppo from One Piece. I know the story, the chapters in the manga right now are very hot. There's a lot of interesting things happening in Elbaf and with flashbacks and things, but I think I need a little bit of a break to reconvene and think about other ideas and things that I want to do and comment chapters maybe in a couple of weeks time. Now I have a couple of characters from the beginning, like Helmeppo, that I basically wanted to draw for a very long time, and because the chapters, the anime and everything is being so frantic, is being so interesting, it is not allowing me to do characters like this. Most of the characters I'm doing are very from the present time, and I wanna talk about main characters like Helmeppo in this case as well. Okay, so we have this space to work more or less today. Okay, and what I wanna do is the design of Helmeppo pre-time skip. I don't like much the new one with this kind of hat that he has and everything. I like more when we see him he matured, he grew up in Water 7 together with Koby, and I think I'm gonna go for that design because it's more interesting for me, and the outfit and everything, I love it. Helmeppo is a hateful character since day one, like Spandam is one of those guys, spoiled kids and living in the shadow of the father, but since he kind of changed and left to go with Koby and with Garp and train and everything, I am liking him. He created this brotherhood, and I want to talk a little bit about everything. I have as well a video of Koby where I explain how Koby is endgame and what is Koby gonna be doing relating to Alvida. He needs to capture Alvida. Now I'm gonna put here the theory because it's very interesting and it's one of my favorites, because if you think about it, Koby is basically the first Nakama that Luffy has when he starts his adventure, and we need to follow him, and we need, like we are seeing now, and we need to see how he becomes the best of the best, basically. So we are starting here by doing the hair. Okay, a little bit here. Has a very distinctive type of head, Helmeppo. I'm gonna move a little bit more high, because Helmeppo is quite a tall guy, I think. So I wanna draw him nicely like this. In this kind of moment when he introduces himself in Water 7 and we see his epicness and no one recognizes him because he is so changed. He changed so much that it is impossible to know who is this guy. Zorro and Luffy are like, actually, who are you? When they meet and everything, it's very nice. So basically, Helmeppo is this spoiled kid that we see in Zorro's mini-saga, in Morgan's mini-saga. He basically is the one who makes Morgan capture Zorro and have Zorro tied up to this post. And all of this is because Zorro, in the manga, he killed his wolf. He had a pet wolf that was kind of bothering everyone in town, and Zorro killed it. And because of that, circumstances happen, and he ended up being basically locked. There is this whole saga happening. We have all this saga happening, and at the end, Garp is going there, and they take Morgan. They are gonna take Morgan. I will do a video of the mini story, full mini story, because all of this is happening in the mini story. The mini stories are in the cover of the chapter. You have like a scene of something happening, and Oda does this all the time to tell you where are these characters going after we finish with their sagas. So later, when they show up again, we know how they reach that point. Okay, there is stories about Boggy, about Koby and Helmeppo, and about many other characters. Okay, like Wapol, for example, Enel as well, many. Okay, so the thing is, because of that, the saga finishes. They decide to join Garp, and but in all of this moment when they are kind of transporting Morgan, Morgan decides to basically take his son as hostage, and Koby intervenes in the middle between Bogart that was gonna shoot a cannon and destroy the mini boat that Morgan is trying to escape with, and they end up basically together. And since then we have this kind of moment of Helmeppo, like kind of he has like a momentum there of wanting to capture the father. I think these secondary characters need to have goals. This is not a random story. This is one piece where everything is very, very nicely lined up. So someone like Helmeppo that is been with us since the very beginning with Koby, it can't just be there standing all the time. Okay, we see when Koby clashes with Luffy in Water 7 for a moment. They are not rival for them, but they clash a little bit. Helmeppo, with this new appearance, clashes as well with Zorro, and Zorro is very curious here because they clash, and we see this guy that we don't know who is at the time, having these kind of big knives that I'm going to be drawing here, that also are kukri knives. Okay, kukri knives is, I think, typical from Nepal, and it's there are other areas as well that they use them, and they have this very particular curve shape like this. Okay, and it is a weird weapon of choice, and it is something that Zorro raised as well when they clash, and Zorro is excited about it. So we don't normally see Zorro excited fighting anyone, and you know, big fights, yes, Mr. One, and newer fights as well with, for example, King and things like this, but you see him especially happy of clashing with someone with such a particular weapon. We knew kind of that if Helmeppo was gonna do something a little bit more different than everyone, because once we are in his saga, we learn that he's some sort of collector, or he's interested in collecting items, collecting weapons and things like this. He's using, you know, he has the sword, he has the gun, the pistol, he keeps Zorro's swords in his room as well, so he actually doesn't get rid of the sword. So there is like a background of collector in Helmeppo, and we see him like this as well, very elegant. Like obviously he comes from money. I mean, a captain in the Marines, boss of a full base and everything. Helmeppo was well situated since day one, and what happens here is that because of that, no worries about food like Luffy, no worries about bad guys because he is the bad guy and things like that. We kind of have an image of Helmeppo that later is going to have some interesting traits like this kind of elegance that he is kind of wearing this type of clothes and everything, and I like it very much. Let's do this. Oda uses the mini stories to basically show us information about characters that we want to know, but he has no space, let's say, in the manga to show at the moment. And all of those characters, funnily enough, or most of all those characters, funnily enough, are coming into the story later on. Helmeppo, I think he needs to capture his father. The whole Koby theory that I have is that Koby, yes, will become the best of the best of the best in the Marines, maybe Admiral, maybe Fleet Admiral, whatever he wants to do, that's good. So he's like a Garp, basically. It's very funny that he's taking this route of sword, like Helmeppo, the kind of the good Marines, and I want to see where is that gonna lead. It's probably gonna lead to a new Marine foundation and creation. So these guys need to have good goals. Okay, they don't need to fight. They will fight Luffy. They will clash Luffy a little bit because we all want to see that a little bit. But the important bit here is that they will have to capture their own bad guys. In Koby's case, that's gonna be Alvida. Alvida is gonna put in a very, very, very tricky situation Luffy and Buggy probably as well, both of them, and Helmeppo. Koby is gonna have to help them. I want to believe that Morgan's story is gonna be coming back. Morgan's storyline needs to come back because he disappeared. He managed to escape. Garp didn't chase him, and we see Don Krieg in Hachinosu in the background. I think we will end up seeing Kuro as well. I think we need to see Morgan. So those characters from the very beginning. Morgan is basically the second bad guy. We have Alvida, and then we have Morgan, and it's Koby and Helmeppo. At least to have something for them to do in the story. Helmeppo, if nothing happens with him, I would say it is a waste, because he's been training so much with Koby. We know as well that Helmeppo even has observation haki. There is this moment after the Reverie when they are returning everyone home, where Marines are escorting some kingdoms, some boats, some ships with the royalty to their places. And we see how the Prudence Kingdom, that they don't need protection basically, and I don't remember the other one, but they are kind of going to assist these two kingdoms, and the Koby and Helmeppo, they realize that there is some sort of torpedo underwater. There is an underwater attack that are intending to destroy, to sink those ships, okay? And Koby jumps in the water straight away. That is the start of this kind of a scene. Koby jumping in the water, he's swimming very fast, he manages to avoid this attack, and Helmeppo is kind of upset. Helmeppo is kind of jealous of Koby because he's always telling Koby that he's going one step ahead of him, and that is good, because he is like his first in command, basically, okay? Like Garp and Bogart, okay? And keep in mind, Bogart, I will do a bit about him. Bogart has to be a powerhouse. Bogart was with Garp in God Valley and in everywhere. Bogart was fighting with everyone. Bogart was clashing with Vista as well. And this guy has been trained by Bogart. So I am not saying that he is gonna be Zoro's opponent. He can't be Zoro's opponent. They will clash a little bit. Zoro will throw him away or something, but he needs to take care as well of a very great swordsman, okay? I'm not saying Shiryu, I'm not saying Vista, I'm not saying any one of that caliber, but some sort of swordsman needs to show up and is gonna have to attack Zoro, and whoever is gonna be the captain is gonna have to attack Luffy as well, and Koby is gonna have to stop the leader, the captain of this group, and Helmeppo needs to save them from the second one, that probably is a swordsman, to showcase a little bit what kind of power these guys have. We wanna see them fight. We wanna see them actually in action. We have seen them a little bit now in Hachinosu as well, but one episode, 2 episodes maybe of them kind of fighting someone in singular combat and everything, it will be very nice, in my opinion. I want to see that. I think it's epic, very epic what they do in Hachinosu, that they are basically saving the whole city from being destroyed by this rain of meteorite, basically, that is the rocks falling from the statue. But a one-on-one clashing, it can be interesting. The kukri knives could be a very good match for Morgan. My expectations of Morgan going forward, and I explained it in my Morgan video here as well, are that he is bad and he is gonna become even more bad. One of the recent episodes, 1156 I think it is, it's showing what I want to say, that is Drake's grandpa. I wouldn't discard the idea, because Morgan looks quite similar in design as well to these guys. I wouldn't discard the idea for Morgan to show up being some sort of design, having some sort of design like this guy, and like Silver Axe, or some sort of design as well like Zephyr. Like, I want to see a very bulked up like Zephyr, like Garb, like a very big Morgan, very muscular, with the axe. Maybe it can have some sort of extra additions to the axe, some mechanical pieces to the axe. Obviously, Morgan and Crocodile are two very similar characters, and all of this is because the hands, all of them come from the concept of Hook, the pirate Hook, and but in different interpretations. And because of this, and because being his rival, the one that he needs to capture to, for redemption of the character, I would say as well a little bit, we need to see an upgrade in Morgan. Okay, Morgan could be a character that, with a current style, because the One Piece style changed a lot, with a current style, it could be very cool. A modern Morgan with some maybe mechanical additions to the axe, it could be very interesting. Okay, I see him some sort of menace, and one of those things that Koby is gonna be dealing with someone, and Helmeppo is gonna say, Koby, don't interfere, this is my thing. Or maybe Koby even watching him fighting Morgan until he captures him. Maybe we don't see that straight away, or maybe we see a hint of that, like a moment where he's going towards Morgan, or he's clashing Morgan, and we don't see it like that, but then it's developed a little bit more in the anime. I will accept that as well, because I understand that Oda can't show everything. Within the secondary characters in this group, Koby is the secondary character, and Koby is like the Garp in the story, and Koby is the one who we will definitely see doing something if something needs to happen with them. I don't think we are gonna have a space for all of them. Basically, not all of them need to have the protagonism, the main character, let's say the spotlight, and I understand it, but yeah, at the same time I'm a little bit conflicted with this. Okay, I just need to change. I love Helmeppo, to be honest. After all the changes that he had, I loved Helmeppo, and I want to see him doing things. Okay, let's do the arm here. It's gonna be wearing a glove. Okay, the lines, and this area like this. Okay, it's looking nice. I think this should be a little bit more thicker, like this. Like this, okay. Good. And the knives, I need to lower them a little bit, because the first one comes here, and the second one comes here, more or less. Okay, he has this kind of strap that has the both in the sheath, in the support that is holding them. Okay, the knives, and we are gonna be doing like this, and the other one it's down here like this. Very nice. I seen kukri knives in real life in the museum, and these are very big. I never seen knives this big, but the ones I've seen are kind of let's say like your hand, more or less, a little bit bigger than a hand size, as well, work in a pair. So probably there are different types, so different sizes. The smaller you maybe can use them with a pair, and the bigger you can use it more individual, like a sword. Okay, and if there is someone here watching the video that understands about kukri knives, or maybe is versed in them, or is from Nepal and has this type of pieces at home or something, from family heirlooms or something like that, or I don't know, and you want to illustrate us and explain us more lore about this, you are more than welcome to. You have the floor there in the comment section to explain. Okay, I'm a little bit out of frame because I've done him very big. Some of the characters lately I'm drawing them tiny bit too big. This is something that it happened at the beginning a lot, and it happens as well when I do the character straight. When I do the character straight, I tend to draw a little bit out of the frame. So maybe for the next rounds, I keep more in mind to do maybe like a pose or something interesting, like he's gonna be like maybe jumping, like I've done Harald, for example, or he's gonna be like bulky, like Vista. Let's do. I realized about that. And I wanna kind of improve that part. Let's say now that we are more than 360 videos in, so I wanna as well take this opportunity to thank everyone that is here watching the videos and supporting the channel and liking and commenting and you know, subscribing, sharing as well, and all these things. It is very nice, and I appreciate your support here. Let's do like this, and we have the bottom here. The bottom here. I think it's looking nice. I'm just gonna start doing the line work, okay? And we have 0.2 today, fine liner unipin. And there are some details here. Let's do first. I like to do kind of the stare. How is the expression for the face? In this case, he is wearing this type of weird glasses. This type of glasses that you can find in movies from the 80s, and people going to raves and things like that, they are wearing these glasses. I don't know if maybe they are from a specific type of a sport as well, or I don't know if they are connected to the knives somehow, or if there is some kind of sport as well using this type of weapons. I don't know if this is something particular for that, but for me it looks something more like from the 80s, the type of glasses. What is going on with this? What is going on with this pen? I'm gonna try to change and use this one, and let's see this one how it works. Okay, I think maybe this one is better. I say it sometimes in here in the videos that I'm using this paper. I found this a good price sketchbook, okay, and I'm realizing why it was a good price, because it has like a texture. It has like a texture that maybe is done for color pencils, not for pens. Depends of the material of the paper. Like you have watercolor paper that is gonna handle better the the water that you put on the surface, and maybe this one is more for color pencils, I would say, because the color pencils I don't find a problem with them, but with the other, with the pens and any kind of color, yes, it's a little bit bothering, I have to say. Let's do the neck. I want to do like a chill chat today. There are some times that I want to talk more about the specific things, but today I want to take it easy. Draw here, very nice. I'm open for requests as well. If you wanna see your favorite character from One Piece drawn here and we talk about it, we can do that as well. And normally I have theories and I have things that I want to mention about each one of them, and I will just mention it here, and every now and then I have a couple of requests, and when I can one second there. And when I can, I do them and I talk about them. It doesn't need to be only One Piece. It can be any kind of a story, and if I know it, if I watch it, or if I read it, I will talk about it definitely. Okay, it can be as well about science fiction or mythology, movies, animation, books, children's book, something that you want me as well to watch or read. You can recommend it in the show more section, in the comment section, and yeah, I appreciate those things. I'm all the time reading, so let's do this. I want to do it a little bit more loose as well, you know. I want to start like this. The hair is all combed back, okay, and it falls like this, very nice. Very elegant. I like, as I said it at the beginning, I like the design for Helmeppo from this part of the story. I would have loved to see a little bit more of action with him, a little bit more of maybe fight, or maybe just a random fight that he's gonna have with a random pirate, because we are seeing him in a random moment with Koby in the New World or anywhere, okay, or even training with someone very strong, or training as well with Bogart, for example. I just wanna see them doing things. I think One Piece lately is focusing a lot in other characters for the sake of the storytelling. That I love it. I not get tired of that, but I miss a tiny bit of being with them, you know, being with the crew, being with Helmeppo, with Koby, with Garp, being with them doing things, not focusing, for example, too much. We've been focusing too much, in my opinion, with Law. We've been focusing too much as well with Momo as well, and that they are very cool, and I love them, but I wanna be a little bit like at the beginning, like with the guys, seeing like they are fishing, they are joking, they are on the boat going somewhere, and for me it makes it more human, more interesting. You see how here, for example, I'm opening a little bit more from the sketch because I think it's missing. This is the sleeve for the arm, okay? And we need to keep in mind that he's wearing like a vest, so I want to connect the vest here and then go down a second line, okay? Helmeppo has the sign, the moe that the father had here on the chin. Moe is the animal of the seagull, the animal of the Marines, the symbol of the Marines. In German is called moe, so that's why Morgan had it there. Let's do this and then this, like this. Yeah, for me it's okay if I do it in black, because I think how it's so tiny. I like to draw very tiny, and it makes the details sometimes have to do in another tone. Let's do like this, and then it's gonna be one finger there. All of this is gonna be the hand, okay? Like this, yeah. Yep. Okay. Okay. Let's do all of these. So I intend to talk about Koby, Helmeppo, what happened with during the whole, like probably panel by panel during the whole mini story. In a mini story, maybe I draw all of them together, or I draw, for example, the younger version of Helmeppo and talk about that. I've done the Koby version that is from pre-time skip, when he is very kid, because I wanted to kind of depict the core of Koby and from where he's coming. And with Helmeppo, I decided to go for this design, not for the original one, because I think maybe that original one we can dedicate it for the mini story, okay, talking about the mini story. And this one, it makes most interesting if we talk about him in this aspect, for the battle sense, or for what is his goal and what is he gonna be doing, okay? Let's do here this is nice. It's looking very nice, to be honest. Let's do, and what I may do is a little bit smaller the shoes here. Very stylish. Okay. Yeah, just a tiny bit smaller. It works better, in my opinion, for this. If you want to look how I look like this, you see? Tiny bit smaller than the line work I've done before. Okay. You know, what I would like. You know what I would like? Maybe to have Helmeppo fighting someone like Kaku. Someone like Kaku can be a very interesting choice for the sense of Rokushiki, and to compare the Rokushiki with the techniques that they are learning from Garp and Bogart, and as well from the Clash of Swords. Kaku is a character, I'm gonna put the theory here, I think Kaku is a character that is good. I think the Awakening being white is because he is good, and the Awakening being black is because the guy is bad. Okay, so I would say, now that I'm actually checking the design, it gives me kind of that idea as well, that maybe what we see is something of that sort, that they give him some sort of CP9 high rank or CP0 high rank. I don't think Ruchi or any of those guys are relevant for the story anymore, apart from explanation of roots, explanation of information for us. But for a fight like this, because they will need 100% to oppose this. These guys are members of Sword confirmed, like with Prince Gross and the rest of the guys. So they will need at some point by the end of the story to confront the Marines, the current regime, let's say Akainu and Akainu's team. Like Fujitora is good, for example, I think. But there are the Sword guys, that is Drake, Kujaku, Koby, Helmeppo, Prince Gross. There's like a bunch of guys there, that those guys are the good Marines. Those are the ones that the members of Sword, the organization of Sword, is basically, how to put it, they are still Marines, but they kind of, when you sign terms and conditions, basically, in a company, the company is gonna give you benefits, or it's gonna have some conditions, no? But if you join the Marines and you say, I don't sign the terms and conditions, or I belong to Sword in this case, if for whatever reason you are captured, like Koby was captured, they are not gonna go and help you. You are kind of an independent branch, let's say, and of the Marines, that they will not go and help you. Okay, so it's a little bit like this, very very dangerous. You need to be in that mindset. You need to be in that mindset for joining them, to be honest, because you are kind of presenting your demission. You present your demission to the Marines, and then because of that, you have the ability to be in the other group. They will not take responsibility. Even if you attack a Yonko, for example, and things like this, they will not go and help you. And we see this in Hachinosu, we see this with Koby, we see this with Garp. And Garp, as far as we know, he is not a member of Sword, but he decided on his own to go and help these guys, because they are like his kids, I would say. They are like his kids. I think all of this Hachinosu moment with Garp was for redemption, because he couldn't help Ace. He couldn't put himself together, said in a better way, to help Ace, and he felt regret about that. So he needed to try to redeem himself, and that's why he sacrificed himself to get himself captured, basically, for Koby. And I like the impetu, the energy, and the kind of epicness that Helmeppo showcase. Helmeppo has developed a sense of brotherhood with Koby that I absolutely love. From characters that they hated each other to characters that they love each other like brothers and Nakama, basically. And to see this bond with these two guys, obviously through the illustrations in the cover story, and how they have the difficulties and how they grow together, how they help each other to train and everything, how they don't stop. When all this story about Koby being so strong in Hachinosu comes to light, and they are talking about how can it be that Koby had gotten so strong. And he's talking with Garp and everything, and he says, well, actually, I couldn't tell you, but Koby has been training at night, training during the day, so he's like doing double shift basically to get stronger and stronger. And Helmeppo is there helping him. I see him that he matured a lot, and it reminds me a lot of Zorro. It reminds me a lot of the seriousness as well, like Mihawk, for example. I think there are big things coming for him, and big challenges and enemies that he needs to face. And I can't wait, to be honest. I can't wait, because he, at the end of the day, I'm not someone who wants to see much of a redemption for a bad guy. But there are characters that for them it works, and in the case of Helmeppo, Helmeppo is a child of the circumstances. As you can see now, he is being raised by another father, that in this case is Garb. And look at this. Look at this pose, look at these fighting skills, look at this. These guys have Rokushiki, these guys have observational haki as well. Helmeppo has haki. That is something that we are seeing, starting to see a little bit in Usopp, but Helmeppo is in that sense ahead in that game, because he's willing to learn and willing to sacrifice everything. So he abandoned his life, left his life behind of rich guy to follow Garp and to follow Koby and to follow a better self, to be honest, and that needs to be praised in any person. Someone who is having, let's say, a bad situation and decides to change it for good, even if he's not doing it 100% how it should, it's something to praise. It's something to praise, because you need to change the mentality. That's very important, to change the mentality in situations like this. I'm gonna be trying as well a little bit just for this handkerchief that he has there, the Supracolor Carandash. Supracolor is a brand that I have a full box set. I have a massive set, but I haven't had the chance much to try them. I don't normally use them for the One Piece drawings, because the Carandash brand, what I tried so far, they are, as here it says, very, very soft. And when I'm drawing, I like to draw more with a thicker type of tip and a harder type of tip. That makes the drawing for me more interesting than the soft colors. For me, in my opinion, are more for mixing, for mix with another one. So if you want to use Carandash in this specific scenario, I think you need to use all the drawing with Carandash, so you can blend them and do a little bit of your mixes that you want. How I don't normally do that I will only do the basic tones, and then I add a little bit of black on top, soft black as well. Yeah, but this is just some kind of interesting things if you are as well following here the drawing that you are actually drawing with me. I know some of you are drawing with me because you told me, and that is very nice. Or you are drawing with your family because you told me as well that you will slow down the videos and you start trying to follow the drawing and do the same drawing like me. That is very beautiful, and I appreciate it. If you have a channel, as I say many times, if you have a channel, or if you have an Instagram, or if you have something as well that you want to link in the video, in the comment section, I will check it as well and see how is it going. I think I still have time to put another tag for a video there. That I'm going to put here a playlist of how to draw, learn how to draw. This is in mind, thinking that you have no idea and you are someone who thinks that will never be able to draw anything. So this is just for you to initiate, start, and this is for very, very, very beginner. You can draw and follow those videos, that playlist, with your kids as well. And this is something I used for schools, and it works very nice. I used as well at uni, and it works very nice in private schools, and it works very nice, and always with very nice results. So I invite you to follow that link and test and try. You have a Sunday that is boring, or it's raining and you don't want to go anywhere, you just want to stay home, or you already watch all your movies at home and you don't know what to do. I invite you to check that list and basically have a little bit of a nice activity for the afternoon, okay? and very quick, I have to say as well. Those are the basics for how to draw a face, how to draw a body, for example, how to draw silhouettes, and so you can understand it with very easy points. And if you continue with that, you can develop your style. If you want to go through more cartoony, is following that. You want to go more realistic, follow the same pattern, but keep adding more details, okay? Here in the channel, you know that if you are watching some of my videos, that I do always here cartoon. Cartoon is what I like to draw, and all of my characters. In school, when I was in school, when I was studying in uni and everything, we had to go to classical drawing and live drawing. We had to draw from reality, like realistic, and shadows, lights, and everything. But it is something that as you carry on with your studies and you define, you are finishing your academic studies, you can choose what path you want to take, okay, and what style you're gonna have, you're gonna find as well, and find your own likes. I grew up with Disney movies, One Piece, Dragon Ball, Naruto, Doraemon, Digimon, and I love some of these cartoony Japanese, Hanna-Barbera style, Looney Tunes, Flintstones, Gargoyles, Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers. So my style is always more cartoony, that can be adapted to children's book illustration as well, or to cartoons that you would see on TV when you were a kid, for example, as well, or you can watch as well now. I watch still cartoons all the time because this is what I do, and yeah, so don't be ashamed as well. I think I want to mention this as well. Don't be ashamed as well. Some people can call what you do, you are just drawing, or this is just for kids, or this is just for... That is not true. Okay, think about this, like every single series, every single movie, every single book that you read are made by someone who is creative, someone who is kind of having this kind of mentality of wanting to create something, and yeah, if it is more adapted for kids, it works for kids. If it is more focused in adults, it's more for adults, but it's depending on what you like, okay? And that's it. There is nothing to be ashamed of in that aspect, because I've seen people that is like, oh, I love to draw and I love to do these things, but I don't want to be seen as very more childish or something, and it is not that concept, okay? So all the movies that you're watching at home are made by people, by adults, and yeah, at some point I realized in my life, there are adults out there that are actually living, earning a living from drawing characters, creating stories, and cartoon that I like, and why not do that? Why not do something like that and create my own characters and create my own stories? And yeah, so I invite you as well to follow your passion, and sometimes you need to have if you are a little bit, teenager age, or a little bit thinking about going to uni and everything, and working and going to uni, it's okay to work as well and have your things on the side as well. Not everything can go 100% perfect, and you just do this and that's it. Like we all do many things, and yeah, so be open to follow the things that you like this, like drawing, like art. Art is beautiful. If you love art, it's gonna give you a lot of knowledge of things. Like you can go to a museum and learn about traditional painting, and you can see things in different eyes as well, okay? Let's do any question as well you want to know about art. You know that here half of the channel is One Piece and half of the channel is art in general. In all of the videos I'm drawing, and if I'm not drawing, it's because I'm showing you a drawing, I'm talking about the drawing, okay? I have as well a lot of sketchbook tours if you want to see what is a sketchbook and how to do a sketchbook as well. I have plenty there in the channel that you can find. There's a full playlist as well there to watch. on that. So I invite you to sail around, now that we are talking about One Piece, sail around the channel and gossip and watch anything that you want, okay? And drop me a message and let's open conversation, let's chat. So just to reconvene here a little bit and talk about Helmeppo a little bit, I am kind of trying to, today we've been talking about how nice is the evolution of Helmeppo from a rich kid, a spoiled kid, how he has become a warrior, he has become a man for himself. He decided to change his life after having this really bad upbringing from the father, where the father was hitting him, not appreciating him, not interested in him, and he decided to walk away from all of that. The father escaped, but he kind of has, in my opinion, the goal of capturing him and bringing him to justice, because he knows now that he has grown that the things that the father did are not good, and probably the father is still around making a mess. I expect he may be connected to Don Krieg somehow. I expect that he may be around Don Krieg, and if we see these two guys coming together, maybe there's gonna be Captain Kuro around as well. We know Albedo needs to be looked at. We need to capture her, and when that happens, we need action as well for Helmeppo. Helmeppo needs action, he needs to do some things, and I expect him with the kukri knife, that is this type of knife, with the kukri knife, to clash with an evolved version of Morgan, with a newer Morgan, to clash with him, a little bit of a fight there, so we can see the abilities that Helmeppo has, because we want to see him fighting, obviously. And after that, he needs to take him. He needs to take him into the prison. But all of this needs to happen when we are already the new Marines. They have the power to capture him, and when Sword is a little bit more in control. Sword guys, these guys are in control of the situation. If I can put another video here, I will put a Drake video, that I think Drake is Sword and Law is Sword as well. And if not, I will link them at the end of the video, okay? Let's do this, but I think I finished already. I just want to do a couple of details here, and this is almost done, just to define. There's some texture, some nice texture here on the handles. And as I said, I've seen kukri knives. I invite you as well to go to the museums, be curious, and you are able to learn not only about painting. There are a lot of things in the museums, like weapons that you can see, and if you like to draw, you can take your sketchbook, like I do sometimes, sit there in front of the weapons and start drawing weapons. That is a very nice exercise. If you haven't thought about it, it's very nice. In some places the museums are for free. In some places you need to pay a little bit of a fee to access, but you go with your bag, a couple of pens, a couple of color pencils, and you can do something very nice, like sketching there, okay? Sketching some of the drawings. We finished. Let's sign, okay? So, this is DavidViadel23, DavidViadel23, you can say it as you want, and this is the Man Dragon's Cave. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed this kind of foreshadowing that I suspect Helmeppo is gonna do, and yeah, feel free to share it, like it, subscribe, and all these things, and comment, send it to your friends and your nakamas as well, so they can actually watch and enjoy this, and see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Bye.